Hey guys, welcome to Stickman 101. This is my first video and welcome to this puzzle. We're going to be doing this from the Black's perspective. This is an actual game that was played in the FIDE World Rapid Team in 2023. Okay, now let me show you the puzzle position that I want you to solve. So this is the position in the game. What would be the best move for Black to play? You can pause the video and let me know if you got it right, okay? Now, let's start from scratch. Let me show you how the game went so you get the flow of the game, right? So this is how white opened up, right? The queen pawn to d4, and black reacted by knight to f6, and then white did knight to d2, pawn to d2, right? Knight to f3, bishop f5, we have e3, knight to a d7, right? Bishop to e2, h6, b3, e6. Now, black played e6 and then white reacted with bishop to b2, right? d5, bishop d5, and then we have knight to e5, knight to e4, and then we have knight takes on e4. Bishop takes on e4. Then we have f3, bishop to h7, right? And now knight takes on d7, queen takes on d7, and then we have the white's queen moving to d2 and black's queen moving to e7. White castles, okay? And then black plays pawn to a5, and white plays pawn to a4, pushing their pawn, right, meeting up with a black's pawn. Then we have c6 played right here, and white decides to play a bishop to d3, right? And black decides to take with bishop on d3, queen takes d3, and black decides to castle on the king's side. And then we have g4, b5, g5, and then queen to g5, rook to g1, and then we have a queen plays e7, moving back from the threat from this rook. Okay, so queen moves back, and then they advance the rook right here, right? Black plays f5. They are doubling down here on their rooks, double filing, and white plays that, and then black comes with a rook to f7. They push the pawn to e4, and black decides to take that pawn there on a4. White takes as well. Bishop takes on f4, that pawn that was hanging right there. Then with a check, right, the white king has to move. So they move there, and then the rook is coming here to double down on this file. And then you see the pawn takes right here, okay? Pawn takes this pawn, and then we have this move by black where they take that pawn right there. And now white rook is threatening this queen for black, and of course black goes ahead and takes this bishop in front of the king. Now, of course, black's king has to take that rook, right? And then we have in this position, queen checks on b4. So here we reach the puzzle position, right? The queen comes and blocks the check by coming in front of the king. So you can pause this video at this moment and tell me the solution, okay? Now, if you had guessed queen to d6, then they would play in this manner, right? They would push there, they would move back, rooks would double up, nothing's really going on. We need a checkmate, right? Something forced. If you decided to play, from that position, bishop to, well, rook to b7, well, you would double down, sure, but it would not really end anywhere except just like an exchange. What you would need to play here is queen to d4, taking that pawn, and you are doing a fork. Okay, here we are forking. This is an important move. So this is what happened. So queen had to move to a2, right? And then the queen decided to take this rook, right? There we go. And then the queen is here, and the rook decided to check black's king. So we have king moving to h7, and then white's queen plays c3 right here, okay? So they are trying to attack black's king, but that doesn't matter because black's queen decided to play a b6, right? So look at this, watch this. So black comes and plays here, boom. There we go, bishop comes there, check, and that is a checkmate. There you go, easy game. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, consider smashing that like button, as well as subscribing to Stickman101, and I'll see you in the next one.